Ready? Play.
Maybe the most anticipated match of all the matches remaining in the group stages will be Iga Świątek against Amanda Anisimova. Apart from the matchup and the intrigue, Iga, of course, having won at Wimbledon this year, double bageling Amanda in crushing fashion, before then Amanda getting some sort of revenge at the US Open with a straight sets win. Apart from that, it is a straight shootout. This match is like a quarterfinal. The winner will be in the semifinals and the loser will be going home and resting up, ready for next season. Pre-tournament, I had Amanda Anisimova winning the title. I also thought Iga was vulnerable to going out. I thought Amanda would possibly qualify first, winning her first match against Rybakina, but then going on to beat Madison Keys. And yet it was Amanda who suffered a bruising loss in the first match. And she was down a set and a break today to Madison Keys before gathering it. And once she got that break back, she then went on a roll that included winning all the remaining games. I think it was 5 in a row in that second set before getting an early break in the third and never looking back. Was that all Amanda? Or was it also partly a fading away from Madison Keys? I think a little bit of both, maybe a little bit more of Amanda than Madison. As for Iga, her performance in both the first match, winning 2-1 against Madison Keys, and then the first set today against Elena Rybakina, which she won 6-3, possibly one of the best sets she's played in recent months. And yet from that moment, there was a capitulation from Iga, wasn't there? 12 games from the last 13 played that she lost. There were unforced errors spraying off her racket left, right, and center. She seemed a pretty disgruntled figure as she walked off the court and didn't, of course, shake the umpire's hand. I don't know what the backstory is there. But Iga cut a pretty forlorn figure. However, that forlorn figure could also be described for Amanda Anisimova midway through the second set today. She just was screaming at herself at one point as she was also not finding her range. The head-to-head is intriguing because I actually think that probably throughout her career, Iga will find Amanda a tough opponent. I thought the indoor conditions might well suit Amanda pretty well. And also, I remember Iga, for example, in Stuttgart, which is indoors, albeit on clay, you know, being beaten by Rybakina in the semifinals there a couple of years ago. And that was kind of repeated today in some respects. Iga was serving so well in that first set, but her serve went off as well in the second and third sets. And the situation with Rybakina today in those first set and a half at least, or first set or so, it was fine margins. Iga was getting her depth and finding her range excellently, but eventually that went away from her, and Rybakina took advantage. Can Amanda Anisimova also get under Iga's skin in a similar fashion? Maybe. She did in New York. But again, that New York match, by the way, I know it was straight sets, 4-3, but the margins were pretty fine there. Unlike, of course, the margins at Wimbledon, when it was Anisimova was just consumed with nerves and really never came even close to bringing her A game or B game or C game. And Iga did what she had to do that day and was ruthless. Now, when it comes to this particular encounter, Amanda's hard-hitting, flat ball striking, probably one of the best, if not the best backhand on tour, compared to Iga Świątek's unerring accuracy, often on the forehand, arguably the best forehand on tour. Who's going to win and who's going to be in the semi-finals? Well, pre-tournament, I had Anisimova winning the title, and yet now, having seen the way the two players played, despite sets 2 and 3 today from Iga, where she was off the boil, the way I've seen Iga play across her 2 matches, and the way I've seen Anisimova play across her 2 matches, means I'm going to go for a win for Iga Świątek, albeit in 3 tight sets. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you're tuning in from, and whatever time it is where you are, I think I'll be able to quickly work out the time differential. However, something that has taken me a lot longer is trying to work out the permutations for qualifications from the WTA Finals, and most specifically, the Stephanie Graf group, because the Serena Williams group is much, much simpler. Elena Rybakina has qualified, and it is a straight shootout between Amanda Anisimova and Iga Świątek for the final place. However, the other group, the way I read the rules is much more complicated. I know Jose Morgado has tweeted that Sabalenka just needs 1 set. Every time I read the rules, I read it differently. Now, Brenner, I think you're more you're less certain than me, and that's fine. But you've seen my workings because I'm writing them all in the WhatsApp group. I mean, what are you thinking?
I trust you here, John. I trust you. I wish it was easier, but it does seem like it's a game count. If you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the WTA website. Now, I have seen alternative scenarios regarding percentages, but actually, to be honest with you, there's not a big difference. But listen, here we go. So each round robin win is worth 3 points, with the top 2 advancing. Now, that 3 points thing is almost unnecessarily complicating it, and just basically, how many wins do you have? How many losses do you have? Now, in the scenario where Coco Gauff beats Aryna Sabalenka, Coco Gauff will have 2 wins and Aryna Sabalenka will have 2 wins. Should Jessica Pegula then win her match with Jasmine Paolini, all 3 players will end up with 2 wins and 1 loss. Now, should 2 players be tied, the head-to-head will decide who qualifies. But in a 3-way tie, where they have all obviously beaten each other once, but even that isn't so important. But in a 3-way tie, forget head-to-head. It then just comes down to how many matches you've won, how many sets you've won, and then finally, how many games you've won. Now, if Jessica Pegula wins in 3 sets, that will not be enough. If, say, Sabalenka loses in 3 sets. So what I'm imagining is a scenario here where when it gets complicated is when Coco Gauff wins in 3 sets. Because what you then have is you have Coco Gauff with 5 sets won and 3 sets lost. In the same scenario, so Aryna Sabalenka gets another set. That will bring her to 5 sets. But then she loses 2 sets. So she will be on an identical sets won, loss, 1 record with Coco Gauff. 5 sets won, 3 sets lost. Does this make sense so far?
So far, so good.
If Pegula beats Paolini, let's say 2 sets to 1. Pegula would not qualify because she will have dropped another set, meaning she's lost 4 sets and won 5. So she's lost 4 sets, but the other 2 players have lost 3. Pegula's out. But, and I think this is extreme, this is likely, and we'll come to predictions and previews shortly, but I think it's quite likely that Pegula wins in straight sets if we see everything that we've seen so far this week in terms of Paolini struggling a bit physically and also with some of the matchups, etc., etc. Pegula playing very well, could easily have won today, was up a break on Sabalenka in the deciding set. So, in the scenario where Coco Gauff wins in 3 sets against Sabalenka and Jessica Pegula wins in straight sets against Jasmine Paolini, all 3 players will have won 5 sets and lost 3 sets. Now, if we look at these rules that I think I'm hopefully sharing on the screen with you, in a 3-way tie, which is what we're talking about, the tiebreaker is determined by matches played. Now, just in case people get confused by that, that's in the case of an alternate coming in and win 2 matches, for example. They still wouldn't qualify if they were equal, for example, because they'd only played 2 matches, whereas some of their peers would have played 3. That's extremely unlikely, and that's not going to be playing out here. So then we come down to total sets. Well, we already know that is exactly the same as well. Now, then we come down to the final one, which takes a little bit of working out, but the total games won. Currently, Jessica Pegula leads this race. She has played a lot of sets so far. She's played 6 sets. That gives her an advantage. But of course, that will then be brought back with a straight sets win because she'll only play 2 sets. But we'll come to that in a moment. At the moment, Pegula's won 31 games. Sabalenka's won 26. and Coco Gauff has won 23. Okay. So what this means is if we just focus on the Sabalenka and Gauff conundrum, with there being 3 games between them at the moment, a 4-game differential overall in that match on Thursday would mean that Coco Gauff would be above Sabalenka. Because at the moment, there's a 3-game differential, okay? So, for example, a scenario where, for example, if Coco Gauff was to win 3-6, 6-2, 6-3, so we're not talking about a crazy thrashing here. We're not talking about 6-7, 6-love, 6-love. We're talking about maybe a 1-break loss of serve. If she breaks one more time in one of those sets, for example, gets a double break in the second set or whatever, there would be a 4-game differential because Coco Gauff would win 15 games and Sabalenka would win 11 in that scenario. I will repeat that scoreline, which would be 3-6, 6-3, 6-2, or 6-2, 6-3. That would give her that 4-game differential to put her above Sabalenka in the table. Then, of course, it would come down to Jessica Pegula winning in straight sets, which, of course, would mean 6-6, for example. Of course, it could be even better. In fact, I'm going to tell you now, Jessica Pegula wins 7-6, 7-6. It's better than 6-love, 6-love. If it's the total games won, which is according to the WTA website, I've seen percentages elsewhere. That's when she would get punished for a 7-6, 7-6. Percentages, yeah? But let's go with what the WTA website says. It says total games won. If she wins 7-6, 7-6, she'll win 14 games and end up on 45 games won. If she wins 6-6, for example, she would then go on to 43 games. Let's assume she wins that. If Sabalenka won 10 games or less, Sabalenka would be out in that scenario. But in the scenario I gave you, she would win 11 games. And so I don't know what they would do in that situation because they would be tied in every single matrix or every single denomination.
Right.
I don't know if everything makes total sense there, but if we look at it, ultimately, whatever way I look at it, one set for Aryna Sabalenka does not guarantee her a place in the semifinals. I would say it makes it even more likely because she'll get 6 games, potentially even 7 games, and so on and so forth. Plus, of course, that means that Pegula has to win in straight sets and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's the way I see it. I don't know how clear that is for you and maybe for our audience.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, we're gonna just have to wait and see, how important that first set will be. You know what I mean? Because I guess the other way you look at it is like the maximum games that I guess Sabalenka could get, even in a loss. Once you start doing that math, you're like, oh my gosh.
I mean, if she loses, but gets, I don't know, if it's 7-6, 6-7, 6-7, and then she's in great shape because I don't think Pegula would be able to overtake her in that situation because Pegula, let's say, would win, 6-love, 6-love, or 6-3, 6-3, or even if she wins 7-6, 7-6, Pegula would then end up with, say, 45 games. But if Sabalenka gets, for example, 18 games somehow or 17 games, that's probably going to put her ahead of Pegula. At the moment, Sabalenka has a 5-game deficit to Pegula.
Right.
So that's what she needs to make up for Pegula. So it's a 5. It's in a way, it's almost just count the number of games that they're racking up. Now, an unfair thing. They don't play each other at the same time. In most, certainly soccer anyway, in this scenario, you have to play at the same time. Otherwise, you know how many games you need. You know how to be attacking. You know when to defend. You know the pressure scenario is different. knowing what you have to achieve. I mean, Sabalenka may well be through if she plays second, for example, and then she can do whatever. If Paolini wins, then she'll know that she's through. If Pegula wins in 3 sets, Sabalenka will know that she just needs a set, for example, and so on and so forth. But yeah.
Well, let's see who is playing first.
Do we know yet? Yeah.
Pegula Paolini first. All right. Well done. Well done,
First.
WTA.
Yeah. So Pegula Paolini first, and then we'll be having Sabalenka against Goff. I mean, if Paolini wins that, then pretty much I'm just wondering, is there a scenario where Paolini could qualify? Probably not, because she lost both of her matches in straight sets. I do think Paolini's race is done. So even if she wins in straight sets, for example, she would be 2-4, I think, in her set scenario. And I think Pegula would already be at 2-1. She's already at 3-all, so she'd be at 3-5, and so she would have won more sets. Yeah. So I think Paolini's done, but she'll have some pride to play for, and a straight sets win for her. I think a straight sets win for her, by the way, would do Coco Gauff a lot of good, because I think Sabalenka would qualify automatically, and then Coco Gauff might just need a set against Sabalenka to put herself through.
Yeah, no, it's interesting, John, because I'm thinking, I don't think there's another circumstance where a tennis match, at least for one player as opposed to the other.
Ready. Play.
Maybe the most anticipated match of all the matches remaining in the group stages will be Iga Świątek against Amanda Anisimova. Apart from the matchup and the intrigue, Iga, of course, having won at Wimbledon this year, double bageling Amanda in crushing fashion, before then Amanda getting some sort of revenge at the US Open with a straight sets win. Apart from that, it is a straight shootout. This match is like a quarterfinal. The winner will be in the semifinals, and the loser will be going home and resting up, ready for next season. Pre-tournament, I had Amanda Anisimova winning the title. I also thought Iga was vulnerable to going out. I thought Amanda would possibly qualify first, winning her first match against Rybakina, but then going on to beat Madison Keys. And yet it was Amanda who suffered a bruising loss in the first match, and she was down a set and a break today to Madison Keys before gathering it. And once she got that break back, she then went on a roll that included winning all the remaining games. I think it was 5 in a row in that second set before getting an early break in the third and never looking back. Was that all Amanda? Or was it also partly a fading away from Madison Keys? I think a little bit of both, maybe a little bit more of Amanda than Madison. As for Iga, her performance in both the first match, winning 2-1 against Madison Keys, and then the first set today against Elena Rybakina, which she won 6-3, possibly one of the best sets she's played in recent months. And yet from that moment, there was a capitulation from Iga, wasn't there? 12 games from the last 13 played that she lost. There were unforced errors spraying off her racket left, right, and center. She seemed a pretty disgruntled figure as she walked off the court and didn't, of course, shake the umpire's hand. I don't know what the backstory is there, but Iga cut a pretty forlorn figure. However, that forlorn figure could also be described for Amanda Anisimova midway through the second set today. She just was screaming at herself at one point as she was also not finding her range. The head-to-head is intriguing because I actually think that probably throughout her career, Iga will find Amanda a tough opponent. I thought the indoor conditions might well suit Amanda pretty well. And also, I remember Iga, for example, in Stuttgart, which is indoors, albeit on clay, you know, being beaten by Rybakina in the semifinals there a couple of years ago. And that was kind of repeated today in some respects. Iga was serving so well in that first set, but her serve went off as well in the second and third sets. And the situation with Rybakina today in those first set and a half at least, or first set or so, it was fine margins. Iga was getting her depth and finding her range excellently, but eventually that went away from her, and Rybakina took advantage. Can Amanda Anisimova also get under Iga's skin in a similar fashion? Maybe. She did in New York. But again, that New York match, by the way, I know it was straight sets, 4 and 3, but the margins were pretty fine there. Unlike, of course, the margins at Wimbledon, when it was Anisimova was just consumed with nerves and really never came even close to bringing her A game or B game or C game. And Iga did what she had to do that day and was ruthless. Now, when it comes to this particular encounter, Amanda's hard-hitting, flat, ball striking, probably one of the best, if not the best backhand on tour, compared to Iga Świątek's unerring accuracy, often on the forehand, arguably the best forehand on tour. Who's going to win and who's going to be in the semi-finals? Well, pre-tournament, I had Anisimova winning the title, and yet now, having seen the way the two players played, despite sets 2 and 3 today from Iga, where she was off the boil, the way I've seen Iga play across her 2 matches, and the way I've seen Anisimova play across her 2 matches, means I'm going to go for a win for Iga Świątek, albeit in 3 tight sets. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. Welcome back to the channel. Just moving myself around a little bit. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Iga Świątek, Amanda Anisimova, 15:30 already in the first game on the Iga Świątek serve. Although 15:30 soon becomes 30-all with an unreturned serve. So Iga under a little bit of pressure at love 30 initially, but she has now brought it back. Do let me know in the live chat your thoughts on this particular encounter. And of course, get voting in our poll as to who you think is going to win. Last time I checked, we have a poll, actually a couple of polls. We've got this one on our YouTube postings. So keep an eye out for those. In fact, I'm going to update this now and just see if it is still 70-30, but I think, yeah, it is still 70-30 actually, in favor of Anisimova, which surprises me a little bit. Let's also share with you on the screen the score. Deuce, by the way, is the score. There we go. Yeah, let me know in the live chat who you think is going to win and why, and also get voting. And of course, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So here we are. Świątek serving at deuce. Anisimova trying to already get a dent into this match already. Good return there from Anisimova. Backhand now into the backhand of Iga. Backhand to backhand exchange. Oh, what a backhand winner that is for Anisimova. I was just about to say, if she can lock in a few backhand exchanges, then Anisimova is going to probably win this match with arguably the best backhand on tour. Okay, Świątek to serve. Goes down the tee. Forehand return. No, clip the net. So it's going to be another first serve for Iga Świątek. We are very, very, very close to 20,000 subscribers. You might even be the person that gets us there. How about that? Forehand return is too big for Anisimova, and it's back to deuce. That's how close we are, by the way. Backhand cross court from Iga's too good. Advantage Świątek, as the umpire states. Second serve here for Anisimova to look at. We had a debate on the channel yesterday as to who's the best returner on the women's tour. And Anisimova was in that conversation. Forehand return from Anisimova is pretty good, but Iga deals with it. Backhand cross court. Now it's onto the forehand of Anisimova. Forehand from Iga. And the forehand from Anisimova goes long. And Świątek struggles, but does hold serve. Jake, how are you? For an Anisimova match, I wouldn't expect anything else. What do you think? I said yesterday in commentary that Sabalenka is the best second serve returner on the WTA Tour. And then I think Ghosty posited Anisimova, and I just think Anisimova all round may be the best returner of serve, as in first and second serve, especially the way she was killing this Osaka serve in New York recently. But I do wonder if Anisimova might regret that previous game, because she did have chances, I think, to get the break. We saw as well with, I think it was Rybakina against Świątek. Rybakina had a good defending there from Iga, but in the end, an Anisimova backhand winner, not for the first time today or the last, finishes the point. We saw Rybakina have a break point opportunity in the first game against Iga, and then Iga just looked impregnable on serve for the rest of that first set. Good serve there from Anisimova. Good serve +1, but Iga defends it. Not quite, because her forehand there lands out. So it's 30 love. Ghosty in the chat as well. Good to see you. I was just, maybe your ears were burning, Ghosty. Because I was just talking about you, or talking about something you were talking about, if that makes sense. I hadn't considered Svitolina. Now that might be my... Oh, look at that for a return from Iga Świątek, by the way. 30-15. And hello, Ashley. But Svitolina in her prime, wasn't she at least in the baseline exchanges, a little more conservative? (40-15), by the way. Forehand here from... Oh, good backhand down the line, but good defense from Amanda Anisimova, but she's going to have to defend again, and she cannot. 40-30. Iga goes long. She's a frustrated figure with that one, and it is 1 game all. Yeah, Garcia is a really good example of somebody who has a very aggressive return. And when it works well, and that's possibly what we remember most, we return position as well as shot, we would remember it very fondly. However, I think she had the worst. Did she have the worst either returns in play ratio or even just worst return points won from a bunch of players at the top of the game? I just remember the figure of 22% being banded around. An unreturned serve there, by the way, from Świątek gets to 15 love. Make sure you hit that like button, people, by the way. Another unreturned serve there for Iga, and it's 30 love. Iga goes long, so it's 30-15 there during the exchanges. Yeah, there's something going on with Georgie. In fact, a few things. I think she's in Argentina, last I heard. Down the tee, forehand return is pretty good for Anisimova. She's exchanging forehands right now. Look how different those forehands are. And it's a forehand down the line winner for Anisimova, and we're at 30 all. You get voting in our poll. As you can see, Iga Świątek at 70% compared to Anisimova's 30%. Okay, Świątek to serve. Goes down the tee. Backhand return. It's not returned. 40-30 and a game point for 2-1 for Iga Świątek. Unreturned serve once again, and Iga holds for 2-1. Make sure you join us tomorrow, by the way, for the live draw unveiling of the ATP Finals draw. Jake tipping Amanda to get the win. Is that head or heart, Jake? Iga doing some funny thing with her racket at the moment. Stepping up and down on it. Maybe it's not as loose as she would like. More heart, says Jake. Yeah, so as you can see, we are 78, I think, subscribers away, if I've done my maths right. 78 subscribers away from 20,000. Yeah, I'm just going towards Iga. Obviously, that's a reversal from my pre-tournament prediction, which was that Anisimova would win the title. It's just what I have seen across the tournament so far. What shocks me is that Yannick Sinner admits to have had a drink. Doesn't strike me as the kind of person that would have a drink and then go dancing, but there we go. $15 love here on the Anisimova serve. By the way, interesting stat regarding Rybakina, who's now qualified, of course, as the group winner in this group. Only Świątek, Serena Williams, and Caroline Wozniacki have conceded fewer games than Elena Rybakina en route to the semi-finals of the WTA Finals in the last 15 editions. I mean, it's a good stat, but she's fourth over the last 15 years. Sometimes these stats start off, you start reading them and you're like, wow, wow, wow. And then it just sort of tails off big style at the end. $30-15 here for Anisimova. Double fault becomes 30 all. Remember, this is a winner takes all. This is like a quarter-final. Good backhand cross court there from Anisimova. That is gravy so far today. 40-30. I didn't know about this occasion in Tehran. Ace down the tee. Anisimova holds 2 all. What do we think about the new ATP Tour logo? It is an improvement, I guess, simplistic, but I just wonder about the money being spent on it. I wonder how many professional tennis players lower down the tiers could have done with that money to continue their careers rather than get tempted by some gambling syndicate and then get banned from the sport. $15 all, double fault for Iga Świątek. So both now off the mark in terms of double faults in this contest. A lot of focus on the Świątek shoes. Unreturned serve. Anisimova may be a little disappointed with that on the forehand side there, in terms of at least not making that return. How much coverage do we get? Same as you, I guess, Jake. I mean, these European deals are wide-ranging. It's just when it comes to domestic matches, actually, I get, of course, better scope with Premier League than you do in the UK. Okay, Anisimova there, backhand goes long, and it's 40-15 and a couple of game points for Iga Świątek before the change of ends. So my Premier League coverage will be better than yours, Jake. But European-wise, it's probably the same. I watched Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich, although perhaps it should be just Qatar government sports washing operation against Bayern Munich. Three-two. So far, pretty comfortable for both players on serve. We've yet to, I think, have a break point. In the first game, Iga was pushed to deuce. And although it took her a few minutes to get over the line and Anisimova had her chances, she didn't garner a break point, I don't think. Okay, Jake. Yeah. I can't give you a strong opinion on Vitinha, to be honest, because I watched him play last night, but barely since or before. Sorry. What about the sending off, by the way? I thought it was... yeah. I thought the sending off... honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was harsh. When I saw it again, I thought it was harsh. But then I do get it. You can't take both feet off the ground, even if you sort of scissor it a little bit. And I don't think you necessarily endanger your opponent, but yeah, I guess that's how it is these days. Do get voting in our poll, by the way. We've got 50 votes so far. That's now gone up to 51. And also Iga has added 1% to her vote haul. Of course, hit the like button. Let me know in the live chat, how many likes have we got on this video? Anisimova here racing into a 30-love lead. That second serve on the turn there from Iga will be a little disappointing for the world number 2. Fair enough, Jake. Yeah, I've gone for Iga in 3 sets. That was my prediction pre-match. And that is, of course, as I say, a change from pre-tournament when I thought Anisimova would win the title. Now, I don't know, is Rybakina looking like the favourite? I mean, right now she's the only person who's guaranteed in the semi-finals. She's also the only person who's won all 3 group matches, but of course Sabalenka can replicate that if she beats Coco Gauff tomorrow. Unforced error on the backhand side there from Anisimova, so we get to 30-15. Yeah, she is strange, Jake. I think I just described her as, you know, the least predictable player on tour, and in terms of what Rybakina is going to turn up, whether she's going to win the tournament, go out first round. And I know there's probably people screaming at their screens right now, or they're listening to their audios going, what about Ostapenko? I don't know. When Ostapenko has her moments, you can see them coming. You know, against Iga Świątek, you can see it coming. She seems to sort of just turn into beast mode, Serena Williams. And you also know that Billie Jean King Cup playoffs in April, she'll throw in a stinker, and yeah, you can see it coming. Yeah, it's a hoot, Jake. It's a hoot. Interestingly, for our watch along, we have a lot more votes for Świątek than Anisimova, and yet our pre-match poll has a lot more votes for Anisimova than Świątek. So perhaps this really is a 50-50, but as I say, both myself and I see Jake are erring towards a Świątek win. In fact, Iga has eked out a slightly bigger advantage now. Game point here for Anisimova, 40-30. Great return of serve there from Iga. Excellent length as well from Iga Świątek. We saw that in the first set against Rebecca yesterday. She should win for the point from here, and she does win the point from here. Deuce. Down the tee, backhand return is into the net. And that scream you hear is Amanda Anisimova. She brings up another game point. I mean, you can ask the question at any time, Jake. It's just whether I answer it at the juncture you wish. Forehand return from Iga is long, and Anisimova holds. So it's 3-all. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think I'm right. We've not had a break point yet, right? Świątek to serve. Ace. $30 love. Anisimova did have one breakpoint chance in that first game. My bad. I wonder how much she'll regret that. Forehand return from Anisimova goes long, and she whacks her head a few times with her racket. $40 love. Good serve down the tee from Świątek. And she holds to love, so it's 4-3. New balls for Anisimova when she does get to serve. So I'm guessing you're a fan of almond flour tortillas, Ghosty. Payday can't come quick enough, says Jake. Yeah, 4 different winners this year on the WTA Tour. Madison Keys, of course, winning in Australia before Coco Gauff beat Arina Sabalenka in the French Open final, just like Madison Keys beat Sabalenka in Australia. Then, of course, we had Iga Świątek, maybe the biggest surprise. No, I guess you'd still probably put Madison Keys winning in Australia, but Iga Świątek winning Wimbledon. Love and love against the opponent we're watching her play today, Amanda Anisimova. Before Sabalenka finally got her first Grand Slam of the year in New York, beating also Anisimova in the final. So 2 Slam final defeats for Anisimova, albeit the nature of the 2 losses was very, very different. 15 love for Anisimova here. Forehand there from Anisimova down the center of the court. They're exchanging forehands right now. Iga, they're getting a lot of shape on her forehand, as she often does, but good depth there from Amanda. Amanda there, low net coverage with the backhand. She's going close to the lines, but she's going to miss that forehand long, I think. Yes, she is. 15 all. See a little bit of banter in the chat. $15 all here. Just over half an hour played so far and coming up to 7:30 local time. Forehand return from Iga is going to miss wide. She went for it. It was there to be attacked, but she just missed. 30-15. Backhand return from Iga is also going to go awry, and it is 40-15. I'm going to call something. We're not going to make 20,000 subscribers today. But we are. Maybe by the end of the WTA Finals. Maybe. If not, then I'm sure by the end of the ATP Tour Finals. Forehand cross-court into the forehand of Iga Świątek. Backhand from Anisimova. Forehand down the line from Anisimova. Iga defending pretty well. And ultimately, Amanda can't put the short ball away. 40-30. Yeah, by the way, Muguruza is the tournament director in Saudi Arabia. Just, yeah. Oh, lovely winner there from Anisimova. Just put a jacket on. If you wonder where I disappeared to. So, 4-all. Anisimova yet to face a breakpoint on her serve. Just the one breakpoint so far on the Iga serve, and that came in the opening game. In a way, I think the tightness of this match so far is actually a kind of a feather in the Anisimova cap, just because it could easily go against her very quickly. Good serve down the tee there from Świątek, and she forces the error. And yeah, Anisimova looking a pretty frustrated figure right now. Just goes to show the levels that Anisimova is seeking these days. In terms of the fact that she's, you know, top 5 in the world, I think, right now. Qualified pretty comfortably for these finals. She's 4 against the world number 2, and she's getting frustrated with how things are not going her way. That's the levels we're at for Amanda Anisimova now in 2025. Oh, lovely forehand return. 15 all. Jake, we were talking about the best returners in the game, both yesterday and today. Anisimova, I think, is in the discussion. But I just had... I was specific, but I was talking about second serve returns from Sabalenka, and they are pretty awesome. Forehand to forehand right now. Just wonder who's going to first in this exchange. There you go. A scream from Anisimova as it's Świątek who first on the backhand side, putting a backhand into the net. Anisimova there maybe showing a bit more patience and it working. I think the partnerships with Saudi Arabia were already, weren't they, beginning to happen long before Gaza and even long before Ukraine? Good serve from Iga. Good forehand from Iga, because that wasn't easy. It was a decent return from Anisimova. 30 all. Exactly. And Iga crouch, followed by a bang. $30 all, 4 all. Could not be tighter. Forehand return. Oh, what a return from Anisimova. What instinct. What reaction. Wow. 30-40. So she's got another break point. Nerland, by the way, has been conspicuous by his absence in recent weeks. Yes, he has every now and again just popped up to say hello, and then he's gone again. 30-40 here. Świątek to serve. Where's she going with it? She's going down the tee. It's a good serve. And Amanda Anisimova can't deal with it, and it's deuce. Oh, your stream is a bit ahead of mine, by the way, Ghosty. It was a slow ace, but listen, if you get it just over the net and get that angle right, that's what can happen. Świątek to serve here, game point. No, don't worry, Ghosty. You go for it. Ooh, good return, but Iga defends it. Can she defend this? Yes, she can. This is not easy for Anisimova, but she puts it away. Deuce. The defense from Iga Świątek there was off the charts. Curious tweet there from the WTA Finals in Riyadh with serious faces, serious tennis. Yeah. Anyway, deuce as this game enters its 6th minute. Let first service. Big game this. So it's 2 service games that Iga has had that I think have exceeded 5 minutes. The first was the first game, and now here. This is so nip and tuck. Yeah, Anisimova went for the block return. And it was possible that she could have just had a normal swing at that. But her instinct said block. But I think her instinct was wrong. Game point, Iga Świątek for 5-4. First serve goes into the net. Yeah, I do think this is the ceiling, Ghosty. But this ceiling might still get her a Grand Slam or even a WTA Finals title. If she can sustain it. Decent forehand return, although it's a bit lucky because it clips the net from Iga. Another clip of the net. But Iga's going to put the volley away. Yes, she is. And she holds for 5-4. Another big hold for Iga Świątek. It's Anisimova, though, that is applying the pressure. She got a second break point in this set in that game, but she wasn't able to take it. And Iga holds her nerve as well as her serve. 5-4. Yeah, so listen, I do think this is I don't see Pegula's game evolving and getting any better, but this level, just holding it as she has done for 3 years now, I would say, this level is clearly sustainable for her, and she can just stay at this level. And you know, if Iga and Sabalenka don't quite bring it for one slam, it might just be enough to get her over the line at a hard court or even a grass court slam. I say a grass court slam. I mean, obviously that's Wimbledon. Just scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now are Gil Gross's and my WTA year-end rankings predictions. I thought Świątek would drop, and Wimbledon aside, she has dropped. But, you know, saying Wimbledon aside is like saying the captain of the Titanic did a good job apart from that iceberg. So, yeah, I had a big feeling for Anisimova that she was going to break into the top 10 this year. Gil thought it was a brave call, and yet actually I underestimated her. I saw Navarro and Pegula plateauing, if not dropping a little bit, or Navarro just usurping it. That didn't work out. Although neither of us were big style though on Pegula. Qinwen Zheng, I think both of us were sort of not necessarily anticipating the injury issues she would have. Both of us thought Rybakina would do slightly better. Yeah. Okay, so Anisimova serving, 15 love after Iga goes long. Yeah, oddly, isn't it, Ghosty? I mean, I'm just thinking about the tattoo and the drinking beer in press conferences and stuff. Oh, a smile from Amanda Anisimova. How about that? Forehand return from Świątek is decent, but good depth from Amanda Anisimova as they exchange forehands. But that's not good depth from Anisimova. She goes long by some distance on the forehand, and it's 15 all. A set where I would argue that Anisimova has had the edge, could yet run away from her very quickly because she's serving to stay in this set. 4-5, 15 all. The thing is with Pegula, she's not going to speak out, is she? Against her father. I don't really know how much we can blame the offspring of parents either. I mean, we don't get to choose them, do we? What a forehand winner that is from Iga Świątek, 30-15. Yeah, what a dart from Anisimova there. We are stuck, by the way, on 19,922 subscribers. Like, this match is stuck on serve. Which is going to happen first? A break of serve, or that figure goes up by a subscriber? Oh, good forehand there from Iga. Not a bad forehand, though, from Anisimova. And Iga still had a chance at going down the line, but she misses. 40-15. So, of course, that figure, subscriber-wise, could go down by one. But, of course, I'm hoping it goes up by... Hey, there we go. Someone has just subscribed. Ghosty, after all these years, you finally hit that subscribe button. Świątek goes long on the return, and it is 5 games all. So, Świątek to serve. Again, the pressure back on the pole. Good forehand return there from Anisimova, and it's love 15. So Ghost has got 500 different accounts. Or have you been so angry with us you unsubscribed on 499 different occasions? Reminds me of the episode of Blackadder where they really corrupt vote, and one guy has like 10,000 votes and everyone else has 0. And then he's asked, how on earth do you get 10,000 votes in a in a place that only has 3 voters or something? Anyway, love 30 after a sensational return of serve clips the line. Love 30, and once again, Iga Świątek under big pressure on her serve. It's for the 3rd time, I would argue, in this set out of 6 service games. I thought you had a good relationship with your flatmate, Jake. You must have loved that win over Liverpool a few weeks ago. Good serve down the tee from Iga, but decent return. And the backhand now. Forehand from Iga Świątek. Good depth on it. Forehand from Świątek again. Amanda Anisimova going to have to defend, and she can't defend. 15-30. It is a good word, Ghosty, yeah. Wow, good aggressive play from Amanda Anisimova, and she's going to have 2 more break points. She had a break point in the opening game. She had a break point in the previous service game. Now, for the first time, she has back-to-back break points. 15-40. Świątek to serve. Desperate for a first serve. She doesn't get it. Good aggressive play from Świątek. She's still going to have to put this forehand volley away. She doesn't, not outright. Is that going to land in? No, it's not. 30-40. Another break point saved. Another face of, I don't know if disbelief or disappointment from Amanda Anisimova. So this is her 4th break point. 50 minutes on the clock. What an intriguing encounter this is turning out to be. On occasions, explosive. Down the tee, forehand return. Forehand from Iga. This is a chance now for Amanda Anisimova. She doesn't take it with that forehand. And now she puts a forehand into the net. She had a real chance to attack that forehand. She did attack it, but Świątek read it. There's a ball kid or a ball girl. For some reason, she's smiling. I don't know if she's an Iga fan. She's found the frustration, at least, of Amanda Anisimova quite amusing. Deuce. Second serve, though. We added a subscriber, by the way, before we got a break of serve. Forehand return is pretty good from Amanda. Now she's going to go big on the backhand, but she goes into the net. So it's a game point. Again, Amanda goes up in the rally, but doesn't get there. And again, we're in a scenario of a service game for Iga Świątek going over the 5th minute mark, or over 5 minutes. Second serve. Is she going to go to the forehand? I think she might go to the backhand, you know, or the body. The trouble is going to the backhand. She might double fault. She goes to the forehand, and she gets punished. It's a good return from Anisimova. Deuce. Reminds me of me and my pomp, that return. Good serve down the tee. Forehand from Iga. Forehand from Anisimova's going to miss. I mean, she's getting half chances. I mean, for many players, they're not much more than a half chance. But because Amanda Anisimova is so good, these are half chances. She's getting half chances in these rallies. You know, on break points, on deuce, on big moments on the Iga serve. And she puts the return into the net. 6-5. So, in fact, Iga is already assured of a tiebreak. Sounds like Iga's got a few fans in the crowd. Yep. Iga got away with it again, I think. But you'd imagine, I mean, not imagine, for sure, if they replicate this set into a tiebreak, then Amanda Anisimova wins it. But you know as well as I do that a whole set, one person can be hanging on and the other person can be applying all the pressure. And then suddenly we get a reverse result in the tiebreak. I'm thinking of 2023 in particular for Novak Djokovic. Boris Becker is on my screen. It's a commercial. He's not at the WTA Finals. Funny guy. It's good to see him in a good place, though. Maybe it's the stress of the occasion or the excitement of the stream. By the way, when I say the stream, I mean the excitement of watching Anisimova against Iga Świątek. I don't think necessarily I'm bringing the heat. Anisimova here serving, 15-love. Anisimova misses her first serve at 15 love, 5-6. Decent return from Iga. Miss-hit forehand from Anisimova, and it's 15 all. Misses the first serve, 15 all. Anisimova has yet to face a break point, but you just wonder in this service game, which she has to win, whether that might end up happening, given the pressure of the situation. Good backhand cross court from both players, and Anisimova misses with a backhand down the line. Crucial, crucial moments now, 15-30. She's also not getting many free points on her serve at the moment, Anisimova. Just short of an hour on the clock. Decent serve. And now she does get a free point on her serve as Świątek goes just long. 30 all. Iga there saying, shut up to someone in the crowd. I don't know if that was one of her supporters or just one of the people that the tournament have paid to enter the stadium. Okay, 30 all, second serve. So close to being a double fault. That was a huge risk of a second serve at 30 all there from Anisimova. But she also reaps the reward because Świątek, maybe caught by surprise, can't deal with it and nets on the return. Game point for Amanda Anisimova. This is to force the tiebreak. Good serve down the tee, but a decent return. Forehand to forehand right now. And the forehand from Iga goes long, and we are going to a tiebreak. Jake, you're not going to spoil 3 months of I don't know, hard work or whatever, I'm sure. Six all tiebreak. Here we go. Świątek serving. Good serve down the tee. I'm just thinking, by the way, a Świątek-Sabalenka semi-final is very much on the cards. If Świątek wins this match and Sabalenka wins hers, that is exactly what we would get in the semi-finals. Okay. Huge moments in this match. 1-0 Świątek. Anisimova serving. Goes down the tee. It's a good serve, but a good return. Oh, what a forehand from Anisimova. Woo! Take that and party. 1-1. Not sure she is going to win the tiebreak, though, Jake. Yeah. Second serve as well after she clips the net and it goes long. 1 hour exactly on the clock. Nothing, not even a cigarette paper can separate these two players right now. 6 games all and 1 point all. Backhand return is really good from Iga. Probably the best return she's hit so far today. And what a moment to hit it in this tiebreak. 2-1 Świątek. Unbelievable return on the backhand side. Iga's not happy with that person in the crowd. One thing's for sure is they won't be loaded up on beer. Good serve down the tee. Forehand Iga is unbelievable. 3-1 Świątek. Huge moments in this encounter. Huge moments in the destiny of possibly even the title, but certainly as to who wins this match and qualifies for the semi-finals. Good return from Amanda Anisimova, but it's going to be too good down the line for Iga Świątek. 4-1. She is locked into this tiebreak. Yeah, the last 3 points, sensational for Iga Świątek. She leads this tiebreak 4-1. Forehand from... Oh, what a forehand that is from Anisimova. 4-2, change of ends. She needed that. There's 2 incredible forehand winners that Anisimova has hit in this. By the way, what an incredible level from both players actually in this tiebreak. The 2 forehand winners from Anisimova are out of this world. But the 3 consecutive points that Iga won from 1-1 were possibly even more sensational. So, 4-2 change of ends. Anisimova wins this point on her serve. And it's game on. Tiebreak record. Tiebreak record first set. So I guess that's first sets in 2025. Another classic WTA ambiguous stat there. First serve is missed. Second serve here for Iga Świątek to look at. And 5-2 would mean that she would have 2 serves to win the first set. Good return. And a really good return, and it forces the error, arguably. Anisimova misses the backhand, and we are indeed in that situation where it is 5-2 Iga Świątek. 2 serves now for her to win this tiebreak. And from the player who looked so vulnerable on serve for large parts of the first set, and the other one looked impregnable, the tiebreak, of course, has gone in the opposite direction. 5-2 Świątek. Where are you going to go with this serve? Into the net. She needs every little help she can get at the moment, Anisimova, and she's going to get a second serve here. Kill the second serve. We're at 5-3, and who knows? There's been far bigger deficits retrieved in tiebreaks, that's for sure. Who can forget the 6-2 that Rafa Nadal turned around against Zverev at the French Open? Backhand return is into the net, 6-2. I don't know. This is going the way I thought it would, Ghosty. This tiebreak, exactly as I thought it would. Not replicating the set. So often is the case in tennis. 4 set points now for Iga Świątek, the first of which will come on her serve. First serve goes into the net. It wasn't the quickest of first serves. Świątek to serve. Where you go with this serve? Forehand return. It's pretty good from Anisimova, and the forehand crouch from Świątek on that occasion didn't work. 6-3. Probably the level of the last couple of points has just gone down a little bit as we see some errors from both players. It's not done yet, Jake, but I know what you mean. Forehand return is good for Iga, but it is done now. Amanda Anisimova errs on the forehand side, and Iga Świątek has won the first set by 7-6. Talking of replication, if the next 2 sets are replicated, if it goes to 3 sets, for example, we're going to be here for well over 3 hours altogether. I think we're going to see somebody go off court, perhaps. Oh, I think Świątek is actually going to be talking about the person in the crowd that's clearly bothering her. He's disturbing the game, she says, and he's shouting out between first and second serves. Of course, the umpire is in a compromised position because that person has probably been invited to watch the match. So, yeah. Anyway, 7-6. So we have a quick look to see what's going down on in the Twitter sphere. Some stuff going down with Gaston in Metz. He's retired from his encounter. Yeah, I thought it was sort of now or never. 66 minutes that set, by the way. Just seeing some funny things on social media. Alcaraz and Fritz are practicing at the moment in Turin. By the way, there's no guarantees that Paolini will take the court to play Pegula tomorrow, given Paolini's sort of ill health, and there's no need for her to take the court. There's nothing on the line for her except a couple of 100 points. And given the fact that Mira Andreeva, I think because of her doubles action, etc., it could well be Mertens that plays Jessica Pegula tomorrow. Let's see. Anyway, the next set has already begun with Anisimova serving, and you just wonder whether she's going to carry that tiebreak into the opening stages of this second set. You kind of hope that Anisimova can get to 3-3 or 4-4 in this set and see how it goes. I thought there was a bit of exaggeration regarding Anderson and his performance at the weekend. That's what I'll say regarding that match. No. Yeah, that's all I'll say in terms of that. But in terms of Anderson as a player, I don't watch Nottingham Forest nor England often enough to gauge. Of course, I'm very aware of the links, and there's a lot of desperation for a midfielder to come in, possibly even in January. Forehand to forehand right now in this Love 15 rally. I think Świątek must be feeling really good right now, and you can see it in the shape and the way she's reacting here. She's going to put this away, is she? Oh, well done, Amanda Anisimova. Actually, that was almost resigned from Amanda. I thought Iga possibly could have and should have covered the net a bit better there. 15-all. I'm quite enjoying Casemiro, by the way, at the moment. Just at the moment. I know it's not a long-term thing with Casemiro, but yeah. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Backhand return from Iga goes into the net. 40-15. Oh, I saw an interview with Jason Wilcox about a month ago. It didn't inspire me, let's say that. Particularly as he got his years confused regarding United and Blackburn and stuff. He was talking about the year United beat Blackburn at Old Trafford, having already won the title. He got confused with another year when Blackburn were pushing for the title. I'm not too concerned about the way he looks or his presentation. I'm more concerned about the job he's doing and trust. All right, live chat. As Anisimova held. So when I sing that song or when I hear that song, what film do I think of? It's a big, big legendary film. I'm not going to give you any more clues than that at the moment. Depends on how long this lasts. I might have to start giving you some clues. But it reminds me of a film, and I can hear it right now. I can see it in the moment it appears in the movie. Nope, not Nightmare on Elm Street, which I assume is a joke, Jake. Although it might not be. I mean, it has got a sort of spookiness to it. I think I've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, I know there's several iterations. Down the tee, backhand return. Forehand from Iga is really good. Anisimova on the defense. She can't defend that drive volley, though. No, Ghosty. Couple more guesses, and I'll start to give you some more help. Yeah, sure, Jake. See you soon. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. And, of course, subscribe. Become a member and all that. A lot of stuff out there for members these days. This is soon becoming a 40 love game for Iga Świątek. What a return from Anisimova, 40-15. One hour, 14 minutes on the clock. Backhand return. Clips the net. Gets a bit lucky there, but Świątek punishes the sitting ball, so it's one game all. I knew this was going to end in a joke. It's something very funny that I've just seen. Just when you think Twitter can't get any worse, it brings you back in. Świątek on the stretch, 15 all here on the Anisimova serve. As I said, the early stages of this set, I do fear for Amanda a little bit. Ooh, I thought that went long from Świątek, and it didn't. I don't even know if he is ghosty. It doesn't matter. Never let the truth get in the way of a good joke. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. 15-40 now on the Anisimova serve. Good serve down the tee, but Iga deals with it. Good forehand from Anisimova. She's going to have to do another good forehand. She does, but Iga's defense is insane. She can't defend that one, though. And the racket has come out of Iga's hand. 30-40. Misses the serve by some margin there. 30-40, second serve. Forehand return is long. That's a nice little gift there for Anisimova to save the 2 break points. Don't forget, Anisimova has yet to be broken. Well, actually, neither player has been broken, but they're the first break points that Anisimova's had to save. Forehand return from Iga. Sensational. She's going to get a 3rd break point. Are we going to see the first break of serve in this match? Good serve. Good return, though. Backhand is pretty big, but Iga's going to defend it. Is she? No, not quite. Almost. Deuce. Backhand return. Backhand there from Anisimova. Can Amanda get to a game point? She's not done so yet in this game. Forehand now from Iga. Forehand from Anisimova is a little cautious, but Iga doesn't punish it. Advantage Anisimova, and she does indeed get a first game point in this game. Amanda Anisimova in that first set, 52% first serves in. It's incredible that she didn't have to save off a break point as a result. Backhand return from Iga. Backhand cross-court winner from Anisimova is sensational. And she holds for 2-1. She's done well, Anisimova, both to dig deep in terms of saving those break points and also overcome the disappointment of not winning that first set, having been the better player for large parts of it. But as is so often the case, it's all about the big moments and the big points, and Iga produced during that tiebreak. So 2-1 in this second set. Anisimova's gathered herself back together. When they return to the court, Iga will be serving first at 1-2. Okay, Świątek's serving here, by the way. 1-2, 15 love. Really good depth there from Iga, forcing the error from Amanda. Amanda's smiling. I think she can't believe just how accurate that shot was from Iga. $40 love here now for Świątek. Keep your head together, says Jake regarding Amanda. Forehand here from Iga, down to the forehand of Amanda going cross court, both players. Backhand from Świątek into the backhand of Amanda Anisimova, and she just misses on the backhand side. So it is 2-all. Second serve here for Iga Świątek to look at. Ooh, backhand into the net from Anisimova. Love 15. Forehand here from Anisimova into the forehand of Iga. That's an exchange you don't want to be in, and Anisimova knows it, and she goes down the line, and she wins the point, 15-all. 30-15. Double fault, 30 all. Come on, she says. Vanch there thinking about his Iga Świątek podcast and his Iga Świątek fan base. (40-30) game point for Amanda Anisimova. Backhand down the line, 40-30. Good backhand down the line from Amanda Anisimova. And she holds for 4-3. Sorry, for 3-2. Getting carried away with myself there a little bit. I mean, I said get to 3 all or get to 4 all. What's Amanda chatting to the umpire about here? Maybe that she's also talking about the crowd. I don't know. There's some kind of voiceover thing happening in the stadium, so I can't hear it. The most season-ending championships of all time. Martina Navratilova has 8. Steffi Graf has 5. Serena Williams has 5. Chrissy Evert has 4. Monica Seles and Kim Kleister both have 3. Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley has 2, as does Justin Henan, Martina Hingis, and Gabriela Sabatini. Interesting, no one from the current generation, I think there's nobody on tour currently, has more than 1. Iga Świątek has 1. Caroline Garcia recently retired, has 1. Coco Gauff has 1. Was it Pliskova won 1 recently? 21 maybe? Muguruza as well. They've all retired. Did Ash Barty win it once? Just having a look at recent winners. Wozniacki. Yeah, Ash Barty won it in 2019. This is the last few iterations of it and who won it and who they beat in the final. Coco, Iga, the only players to have won 1 and still on tour. No, I don't know why I thought of Pliskova winning. Oh, Svitolina won it in 2018. Then got to the final the following year before losing to Ash Barty. It's Kontaveit making the final in 2021. I often get confused between Pliskova, Kontaveit, and Kvitova. I often get those players muddled up. Anyway, we are back, and Iga Świątek is serving. I do have a favourite German team. What's going on now? I do have a favourite German team, yeah. If players finally return to court. Yeah, I do have a favourite German team. ABB. Jake, ABB. Do you know this team? ABB. Still haven't had a successful guess on the Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Dream. Haven't had a successful guess on which movie I always think of when I hear that song. Okay, 2-3, Świątek to serve. Forehand return is pretty good, and Iga's forehand goes long. Don't look them up, Jake, because it's my nickname or my acronym for anyone but Bayern. Anyone but Bayern, basically. I want them to win. Okay, the Leipzig project is skeptical, but at least it's not quite, Qatar. 15 all, good +1 there. But it's not about any rivalry with United. It's just that it's just so boring, isn't it? Seems to have chimed a chord with somebody as well, because they just got an additional subscriber after I made that comment about Bayern. Harry Kane is indeed at Bayern, Ghosty. Forehand return from Anisimova. Forehand from Iga. Forehand Anisimova. Forehand Iga. Backhand Anisimova. It's going to go long, 30-15. I'd love to see the Frankfurt support, even in the 5-1 loss that they had against Liverpool a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to give you a clue regarding the Mr. Sandman. Okay? It's a Spielberg film. Backhand cross court into the backhand of Anisimova. Now on the forehand of Anisimova, but she's really good there, sending Iga the wrong way or going back behind her. 30 all. Forehand return. Forehand from Iga's wonderful. Wonderful +1 from neutral. Probably the best player in the world on the WTA Tour whose +1 neutrals are like that. One second. I'll come to that in a second, Jake. Wonderful return, forcing the error. Deuce. Anisimova's not yet produced a break point on the Świątek serve in this set. I mean, previously it would be Rafa Nadal, Jake. Backhand return is going to go long. Advantage Świątek. Yeah, Nurlan is very quiet, isn't he, in the chat? It's because Miran Andreeva didn't make it into the singles version of WTA Finals. In fact, you can see how her season has tailed off. And Nurlan's participation in YouTube videos has too. A couple of misplaced ball tosses there for Iga Świątek. Good backhand return. Now it's on the forehand of Anisimova, but she's going to go long, and it's a hold of serve for Iga Świątek. 3 all. I mean, Alcaraz is always fireworks one way or another. Down the tee, backhand return is into the net. 15 love, 3-all. You think Iga's going to break, do you, Jake? Don't know. Amanda's sort of settled a bit now after a few wobbles at the beginning of this set. I mean, the amount of the mental strength that she has shown so often in her career to bounce back. I mean, arguably none more so than the final of Wimbledon loss against, of course, Iga Świątek. Here we are into the rally anyway. Good forehand cross court there. Iga out of court now. Can Amanda Anisimova punish her? Good defense there from Iga. Is that going to land in? Yes, it is, but she should put this away, and she does. 30 love. Yeah, I agree. Outwardly, you do fear. Good winner there from Iga Świątek. Oh, Osaka is box office in many respects. $30-15. Good serve out wide. What a return from Iga Świątek. 30-all. Who knows? You might be right regarding your break assessment, Jake. Świątek on the run here. Świątek forehand into the forehand of Anisimova. Lovely forehand winner there from Amanda Anisimova. 40-30, game point. Four-three, Anisimova. Unreturned serve. Shelton's a good shout. Shelton's a good shout, Jake. I honestly, this is an interesting comment. He's clearly drunk. Can you kick him out? Is there something? I don't think they can get hold of alcohol in Riyadh, at least not within the arena. I think hotels maybe. Okay, there's a little bit more information here. So this is from a Polish journalist who I believe is inside the stadium. A troublesome fan who was disrupting throughout the entire set and in the tiebreak shouted in a hoarse voice, "Vamos Barca, vamos Iga." And has just been told to quiet it down a bit, and apparently has. I can't believe though that they would have had any alcohol, or at least not recently. So Świątek returning to the court. She's about to serve at 3-4 in this second set. And it's love 15. Forehand return, backhand from Iga into the forehand of Anisimova, which goes into the net. 15 all. Can anyone guess the Spielberg movie? (30-15) now on the Świątek serve. Backhand return is going to go long. So it's 40-15 now. No ghosty. It's a huge, famous Spielberg movie. Backhand return is decent from Anisimova. It's going to have another backhand down the line, and it's wonderful. 40-30. Huge Spielberg movie. You want another clue? I mean, how many big movies? I mean, he's done a lot, but he's done less than 20, right? By the way, look at that photographer. Look at this photographer. I've just seen this. What is going on? Oh, Anisimova's missed the return, I think, and we're at 4-all. What is going on with that photographer? Is that the same guy who's been screaming and has been booted out and has been on the beers? $75 subscribers away now from the 20K mark. Good serve there from Anisimova. Now it's on the forehand of Amanda. Oh, but she's gone in the wrong direction, but she's got away with it. 15 love. Oh, I would love to get that Twitter account back. I've appealed numerous times, and I've never been given an explanation as to why. I just keep getting told it's permanently suspended. No idea why. Absolutely no idea. Is Catch Me If You Can Spielberg? I didn't know that. So no, it isn't that one. Forehand into the net from Iga Świątek, 30 love. If anybody out there knows how we can get our X account back, would be amazing. The craziness of it, Jake, is 1 month after it got suspended, we got charged nearly €400 for having a premium account on an account that is suspended. Yeah. So Crazy, right? 1 month after the suspension, 400 euros came out of my account. I mean, that's just daylight robbery. It's stealing because it's not offering the service that it promises to. $30.15, Amanda on the run there, can't get to that one. I mean, the suspension is bot related, of course. Anyway, come on. Give me some big Spielberg movies. Come on. Oh, okay. I didn't know that regarding Catch Me If You Can. It was originally a Kubrick movie and Spielberg stepped in. Okay. Knowledge. Yeah. Facts. 30-15, 4-all in this second set. Backhand return from Iga's pretty good. The backhand, though, from Amanda Anisimova is also good. Another good backhand from her. And I would put that down as a forced error, personally. 40-15. Oh, okay, so AI was the Kubrick film. Okay, not Catch Me If You Can. This photographer is so funny. He looks so guilty. No, it's not AI. No. Big Spielberg movie. I think more synonymous with Spielberg than AI. More synonymous with Spielberg than Minority Report, which I've never seen and didn't even know was a Spielberg movie. He's obviously done a lot more movies than I thought, but it's much bigger than these ones. And think about the era of that song. Ooh, Anisimova there with a tired backhand, 40-30. Think of the era of the song that I'm singing. Think of a film that delves into that exact era. Come on. These are huge clues now. I don't know of many Spielberg films. If not, I think there might only be one Spielberg film that goes directly into the era of that song. Forehand here now for Anisimova. She should put this away, and she does, to hold for 5-4. Change of ends. She's certainly settled, and she's certainly done exactly what I asked of her in terms of let's get to 3-all or 4-all and get some holds of serve. If she breaks, great. But if not, just try and settle down. (5-4). So now Świątek, obviously serving second in this set, will now have to walk the tightrope of serving to stay in the set. Have you seen our video that we've done on the WTA Finals scenarios? Not Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan, isn't that First World War? So that's long before that song, I think. Even if it's Second World War, it's before that song. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for the draw for the ATP Finals, by the way. This is the video I want to bring your attention to. Okay, so Świątek serving to stay in this second set at 4-5. Here we go. Serves. Forehand return is too long for Anisimova. It was a chance. Ghosty! 1 point for Senor Ghost of Gerolitis. Yes, Back to the Future. I think it's the scene when he first arrives in 1955. If it's not the first scene, it's very early on. But I think it is. I think it's after after he leaves. I think the first scene when he arrives in 55 is when he crashes into the barn, right? But I think it's like when he sees daylight. Indiana Jones was 50s too. Okay. So more than one, but not many. 15-all, double fault for Iga Świątek. Just her second of the match so far, and it's coming at a really big service game for her as she serves to stay in this second set. And the first serve here goes into the net. Sorry, Ghosty. I wasn't intending to exhaust you. Have a stiff drink, but try not to nap. 15-all. Forehand return is good. Now she's going to have a big forehand here. That's also good, but Iga defends so well. Is she going to defend again? She is. Such good defending from Iga. Can she defend again? No, she can't. 15-30. Amanda Anisimova is 2 points away from winning the second set. Interestingly, I think you would argue that Iga's probably been the better player in the second set, whereas Amanda was the better player in the first, and yet they might win their opposite sets. Backhand return is miscued, 30-all. First serve goes long. Second serve here for Amanda Anisimova to look at. Still, she's 2 points away from winning this set. Huge point, this. Biggest point of the match, maybe. Maybe. You could argue some of those tiebreakers and some of the break points that Amanda had in the first set. Anyway, forehand return is big. Oh, that backhand must have missed. Ay, ay, ay. Must have been close. The return of serve was great. Iga's reflexes were sensational. And then it sat up for Amanda, but she just missed it. Yeah, she's close to getting these big winners. Close, but no cigar. Second serve here. Ooh, eat that and smile. Amanda Anisimova, deuce. For those of you wondering, eat that and smile, what does it mean? I have no idea. For me, the main thing with Amanda is the mental side of it. Absolutely. Good body serve there from Iga, but still we're into the rally here. Wonderful backhand from Świątek, but Amanda's still in the rally somehow. Backhand to backhand exchange right now. What a backhand that is from Iga. Amanda defends it. Iga Świątek with an unbelievable drive volley. Advantage, Iga Świątek. Her ability to respond to neck setbacks is second to none now, and I'm not necessarily sure that was the case before she took some time out. Backhand return. What a backhand return that is from Amanda Anisimova. She's on top of this rally, but Iga's defending excellently. If Iga wins this point, but she doesn't. I was about to say that would have been just from another planet. Deuce. If they keep this up into the third set, by the way. Still a first serve here for Iga Świątek. Good return. Oh, and it's going to be a set point now. It's a good return. She crouched down, but she couldn't deal with that one. Clenched fist from her team. We've got a set point for Amanda Anisimova as we head towards 7 minutes for this service game for Iga Świątek. It's the first break point for Anisimova, I think, in this set. And of course, it's going to be a set point. That was so close to being an ace. It looked like an ace. 1 hour, 58 minutes on the clock. Are we going to a third set? Yes, we are. The return from Anisimova was too good. Iga Świątek couldn't deal with it. Third set incoming, people. We will take a quick break.
Ready. Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a talking tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Okay, people, I'm back. Got an orange, which of course in UK culture is synonymous with half-time at football. Half-time when you're playing football, I should add. If you're wondering where to get our merch from, I'm going to share the link in the live chat right now. Favorite fruit? People, get in the live chat. Let me know. And if it's not mango, I need a very, very, very good explanation. I don't know how cool eating an orange is live on air. Very good, Ghosty. Not sure if it's great for the views. Right. More or less orange done. By the way, behind me is a ping pong table. And I've got it set up for me to practice some ping pong. I wonder if I can move it and play a bit of ping pong live on air. I don't know if I can do this. Let me see. I just might be able to. Let's take another quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to try and show you some live ping pong on air.
Ready. Play.
19 what?
19th of April, Stuttgart, quarterfinal day. Poland versus Great Britain.
May the best
But
person
I
win.
wonder
I'm
why
gonna play with the winner.
I wonder why the tennis players don't shake their hands before the match.
Only at the end, yeah. But will we be shaking hands in a few minutes? I don't know. So, should we just have a little practice?
Yeah.
Just a little practice? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, wow. Silly stuff. You have to, it has to hit the table, okay?
Huh?
He's playing like the Olympics now.
Okay, let's play.
Let's play.
So two sets. Every set is 2-6.
Okay.
One service, so like in tennis.
And you have to win by 2 points?
Yeah.
Yes. And
So, yeah.
if it is 6-6, it's tiebreak.
Okay.
But now we start.
Okay.
It was just like for the entertainment.
Now we start.
So you start.
Zelislav. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this. Let's see if I can maybe move that down a little bit. Get the microphone out of the way, perhaps. Can we see this very well? Let's see. You'll certainly get to hear it anyway. So this is obviously just practicing. By the way, if you're wondering what's going on with the tennis, then I'm having a little break. So it's one set all. But yeah, I wonder if I can do the commentary at the same time. Look at this, by the way. I don't know how well we could see that. Little cameo there. I live alone, by the way. So I'm live on YouTube now playing some ping pong whilst Amanda Anisimova and Iga Świątek play tennis. How did that look? Could you see it? I don't know. You can see it, can you? Cool. Did it look good? Did it sound good? Right, anyway, Anisimova serving here in the third set. 30-love. Forrest Gump, is that Spielberg? Oh, just gained a subscriber. I should play ping pong more often. Um, 3.5 years, Jake, in response to that question. 40-15 here, Anisimova. And she holds for 1-love. I've lived in Bonn for 6.5 years, but in this apartment for 3.5. Quick hold that for Anisimova. 15-love, Świątek, unreturned serve. I love living alone. Just the job, Ghosty, just the job. I didn't grow up dreaming of one day living in Bonn. Just one break of serve in this entire match. Not especially, Ghosty, no, because, you know, you get pubs all over the world, and I like them. I like German bars as well. Sunday roast, yeah, I like it, but you can still make it just about. What a return of a serve that is from Amanda Anisimova. 15-30. I love it too, Jake. I love it. So 74 subscribers away now from 20,000. Good backhand return there. Forehand from Anisimova. Ooh, wonderful depth there from Amanda. What a backhand that is. She is in the zone now. 3 games in a row she's won. Is she going to win her 4th game in a row here? Turning this match on its head, potentially. Świątek misses the first serve. 15-40. We know what's going to happen here with this second serve, right? 73 subs away now from 20,000. Don't think we're going to get to 20,000 a day, but here we go. Down the tee, backhand return. It's a good serve, to be fair. Oh my goodness me! That backhand must have been so close. (30-40). 1 break point to go. A rather glum-looking Iga Świątek fan there. He'll be looking even more glum if she loses this next point. But she aces it down the tee. Deuce. And good afternoon, good evening to you, Matthew. Good serve there from Iga, but well returned from Amanda Anisimova. Backhand from Iga's going to miss. It's going to be another break point for Anisimova. Backhand here from, oh, it's a backhand winner. Cool as you like from Świątek, saving the 3rd break point. Deuce. Good serve there into the body from Świątek. She's got a game point. Forehand goes long from Anisimova, and it's 1-1. Yeah, sure, Ghosty, but you don't have to live with them. Agree, Matthew. Agree. And what about that for a return from Iga Świątek? Love 15. What a return that is from Iga. Another look at these backhands from Iga Świątek, by the way. Oh, but that forehand is not good enough. 15-all. Isn't Judy Murray over 52? Ooh, now it's Anisimova's turn to paint the lines. 30-15. Good forehand winner there from Anisimova going in behind Świątek. I thought you said you didn't do under 52, though. I thought you said you only do under 52, Jake, or have I got it the wrong way around? I don't remember. Anisimova holds for 2-1. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Indeed, Świątek serving here at 1-2. And it's already love 15 on her serve. 2.25 hours on the clock. Will we get to 930 subscribers before the end of this stream? We might have to get to a tiebreak to get to that. It's a really good return of serve there from Anisimova, by the way, to help us to get to love to 15 in this service game. You make Anisimova the favorite right now, I guess, given the momentum, given the break points, given the pressure she's applying to the Iga serve. I mean, Iga really had to paint some lines to get out of that service hole, and Matthew rightly praising her for that. These exchanges from the baseline are more often than not going the way of Amanda Anisimova, and it's love 30 on the Iga Świątek serve. Speak to you soon, Ghosty. She's rushing Iga a lot more, as you say, Jake. What a return! Love 40. Boom, boom, boom. 3 break points for Amanda Anisimova here. Backhand return from Amanda. Forehand from... Oh, that's going to land on the line. Oh, my goodness me. Once again, when staring down the barrel of a break of serve, Świątek paints the lines. 15-40. Oh, and she's missed that return as well. Oh, yeah. Are you going to be third time lucky here on this break point? Double fault from Iga Świątek. And she is broken. Anisimova. It felt like she was broken at Wimbledon just a few months ago when she loses that final love and love. And yet here we are. She's up a break in this third set now. 3-1. Amanda Anisimova leads. Again, it felt like her spirit would be broken by losing that tiebreak, having been the better player in the first set. But no, she did what I asked her. I said, get to 4-all and see where you're at. You know, hold serve, stay steady. She fought off some break points at the beginning of that second set, and that felt huge. Iga goes long, 15 love. She gets 3 break points, Ghosty. Iga saves the first one incredibly, again painting the lines. Saves the second after Anisimova goes too big on the return. But then Iga double faulted on the third break point. What a return from Iga Świątek, 15-all. Ace, 30-15, Anisimova. I don't think her level has dropped that much. The errors are forced, I think, to be fair, no, Ghosty? She's being rushed. I mean, that backhand return there was okay, it goes in the net, but what a good serve from Anisimova. Maybe the double fault, you could say, but they happen from time to time. They have occurred, though, in super, super high-pressure service games, but we've also got to praise Iga for some of her coolness under pressure, right? In that tiebreak in particular. Good serve there from Amanda. Good. Now she's painting the lines, and she's... Ooh! I think she went a bit closer to the line with that forehand than she needed to, but it doesn't matter. 4-1. Amanda Anisimova leads in this deciding set. Indeed, Jake, indeed. But if you think about it, the two preceding points, Jake, actually went the way of Iga Świątek. She was the one, in the game at least, that had the momentum, no? She was down love 40. She gets it back to 30-40. Anyway, it is what it is. Arguably, you're right. I think she's been in the zone for large parts of this match. I thought that she might start slowly, but I was wrong. I mean, she had a break point in the opening game of the match. Did so well to recover from the tiebreak. And not just that, recover from the tiebreak and then save some break points at the beginning of the second set. I thought that was it. I thought Iga was going to break and it would be a 7-6, 6-4 win for Iga, for example. Oh, Matthew, without a doubt. A slam has to be on the agenda for Amanda Anisimova, a slam win. And I think she's ready for it now. After 2 finals, she's ready for it. It's not quite the same as Ons Jabeur, where you were fearing, or other players that have racked up slam finals but never quite got over the line. Casper Ruud, for example. This feels as though it's building and getting better and better and better. Australia, Wimbledon, New York. I think she's okay on the clay, but I think winning a French might be a little bit beyond her, but who knows? Good serve down the tee there for Iga. Ace. 15 love. Second serve here for Amanda Anisimova to attack. But actually, Iga's in charge at this point, and she wins it with a forehand down the line. 30 love. First serve into the net. Second serve here for Anisimova to look at. Unreturned serve. Hold of serve for Iga. 4-2. Anisimova is 2 holds away from a place in the WTA semi-finals. The WTA Finals semi-finals, if you follow. But can she hold her serve and her nerve? Good return there from Iga, doing exactly what Anisimova has been doing to her, taking time away. Love 15. Wonderful return from Iga Świątek, and it's love 30. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Świątek beast mode is incoming for sure. Backhand return from Iga is going to go long, 15-30. Good serve down the tee. Iga can't deal with it, 30 all. Drama here at the WTA Finals. $30 all. Couple of good serves there from Anisimova when she needed it most. Good return there from Iga. Anisimova does well to stay in the point. She can't stay in the point there, though, and it's going to be a break point for Iga Świątek to get this third set back on serve. Ooh, clip the net. It's going to be another first serve. Good first serve, but we're into the rally. What a backhand that is from Amanda Anisimova. Woohoo! Deuce. Agree, Ghosty. Agree. Good serve that from Amanda. 3 out of the last 4 serves have been really, really good from her. Unreturned. And now she has a game point for 5-2. Saving a break point, winning back-to-back points, potentially. Or saving a break point and winning back-to-back points, not potentially, John. Oh, the backhand return from Iga goes just long. Just. Woo. All right, time for a little bit of ping pong, shall we, at the change of ends? A little bit of ping pong. Let's put the score on the screen. Let me know if you can see that ping pong table okay. Just don't know if you can see me when I'm taking these unbelievable shots. Let's see. There we go. I think you can see me, right? What about this for entertainment? Imagine if they, instead of just having some music and watching the players sit down, imagine you wheeled me out at the end of every changeover and just have me play ping pong in the middle, like this. This is entertainment, right? Maybe I should make this members only. Right, let's get back to it. Ooh, sit out. Great to see you as a member. After that little ping pong moment. I think I follow you on Twitter, Siddharth, actually. I think on X. All right, here we go. Good serve down the tee from Iga. Unreturned. 15 love. Don't forget that Iga is serving to stay in the match. I think it's the same. Two tennis fans that are sort of crossing similar paths, both of the same name, but I don't know how popular that name is in Siddharth's part of the world. I reckon it is the same one. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way. Siddharth. 15 all here, by the way. Second serve for Anisimova to look at. Oh, double fault again from Iga Świątek. 15-30. Anisimova is 2 points away from a place in the semi-finals in Riyadh. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Second, no, it clipped the net and landed over, didn't it? Yeah. So still a first serve. So close to landing back on her side. Anyway, 15-30. Forehand return is going to miss. 30 all. Still 2 points away, though. Two hours and 34 minutes. If we do get a tiebreaker, this is probably going to breach the 3-hour mark. Good serve there from Iga. Now she's going to have a forehand to put away, which she doesn't quite, or doesn't do it cleanly, but it doesn't matter because Anisimova can't do anything about it. And it's 40-30. Game point Iga Świątek to force Amanda Anisimova to serve this out. And the nerves for Amanda will be huge. Good return from Anisimova, forcing the error. Deuce. Once again, Amanda Anisimova is 2 points away. I just feel as though really Amanda probably does need to do it now. Not need to, but could really do with sealing the deal in this game. Anisimova here returning. Backhand return is really good. And Świątek can't deal with it. Once again, it's the return. Taking time away. And we have our first match point for Amanda Anisimova. Iga shakes her racket. She often does in these moments. Match point. Amanda Anisimova in Riyadh for a place in the semi-finals. Can she get over the line? Will she get over the line? We're about to find out. Down the tee. Forehand return is unbelievable. And Amanda Anisimova wins in 3 sets. 6-7, 6-4, 6-2. What a beautiful finish to the match, says Matthew. Well done, Anisimova. Awesome. Just awesome, says Jake. Wow. Honestly, an incredibly high level from both players. Think about how good Iga was during that spell, during the tie break in the first set and the beginning of the second set. She gets some break points on the Anisimova serve, doesn't she? And it's that moment when Amanda digs so deep, just like she has done really constantly since getting thrashed in the Wimbledon final. She saves those break points and ultimately gets to that stage that you can see on the screen when neither player has been broken at 4-all in the second set. She holds serve there for 5-4, and then she breaks Iga, doesn't she? And she snaps Iga. She then takes that momentum into the third set. Iga walking off court, looking super, super glum. She had her chances. She was up, wasn't she, on Rybakina, having won the first set against Elena. She won the first set again today, but went on to lose both of those matches in 3 sets. And she goes home, and it's Amanda Anisimova who progresses to the semifinals. But the level from Amanda, taking time away from Iga from the end of that second set throughout the third set, the returns from Amanda, she is now in a category of maybe the best returner on the WTA Tour. Do let me know what you think in the comment section below, but also in the live chat as we speak. Let's have a quick look at the Twitter sphere to see what the reaction is being there and get some nice little images perhaps for you to be shared on the screen. By the way, a nice little stat here via Opta Ace. Iga Świątek has never lost 2 matches in a row from a setup in her entire career. Well, that has now happened, and we're going to hear from from Amanda Anisimova.
Now 15-3 in match that go 3 sets. How did you turn things around tonight?
It's so funny. My mom keeps telling me, like, you know, you've won like so many 3-set matches this year. Like, you're so strong, you can do it. So I was actually thinking about that because, you know, when you're playing so many matches, you don't even realize the stats. So yeah, especially against Iga today, it was so tough. But I think I was just honestly enjoying it, and yeah, I knew it was going to be a battle, so I just told myself to enjoy the challenge, and I think I did that today.
She was playing lights out tennis. You were down and out, seemed a little dejected, but you did turn things around. What do you think it was about your game tonight that made you so dangerous?
I think I was just going for my game more today, as opposed to the previous days, because I know the stakes are so high. I'm playing the best in the world, and I think I was holding back a little bit in my last few matches, and today I was just telling myself to go for it and to go all out, and especially against Iga, it was going to be intense. So yeah, I just gave it my best shot.
All right, last question for you has to be, you're making your debut at the WTA Finals. You're through to the semifinals. You're in the number 2 position in your group. Can you believe it? Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited. This is surreal, especially for my first time playing here. And thank you guys for the support today. You guys were amazing, and I think you really carried me through this whole match. So thank you to my supporters, and you better come to my next one.
No doubt. You'll be back, right, Rion? Will you be back to watch Amanda play? I think we will. We'll be back. We'll see you in the semifinals. Ladies and gentlemen from the United States, Amanda Anisimova.
Amanda Anisimova will take her place in the semifinals at the WTA Finals. She will play the winner of the Stephanie Graf group, which, of course, at the moment in pole position in that group is Aryna Sabalenka. But anyway, coming back to this match, honestly, the ability for Amanda Anisimova to dig deep has been apparent for about 18 months now, but it is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Look at how she has recovered from that love crushing defeat in the Wimbledon final to the same player that she's now beaten back-to-back since. She loses the US Open final and she comes back again and wins big titles in Asia. She comes back again today from being a set down, losing that tiebreak, in my opinion, in quite a painful manner because she was so much the better player throughout the first set. And yet, bounce back ability is Amanda Anisimova's middle name, no doubt about it. And she is a force to be reckoned with. Whether she goes on and wins her semi-final or not, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with in 2026. And it does feel as though that first Grand Slam title is incoming. Let's see if we can get some stats up for you on the screen before we end this stream. Of course, the most important stat of all is that she won this match 6-7, 6-4, 6-2. She's definitely in the semifinals. Elena Rybakina, of course, wins the group, having won all 3 of her matches, including her first encounter with Amanda Anisimova. And by the way, how often do we see a match gets replicated that occurred in the group stage, and then we see a reversal of the result? So who knows? Maybe Anisimova will back in a final with Anisimova winning the title. And by the way, I tipped Anisimova to win the title pre-tournament, but we'll see. Long way to go. It's so difficult to predict because there's so many top players on the women's tour right now. As I said, I will just try and get the stats for you on the screen. Who knows how accurate those stats will be, by the way, bearing in mind the WTA website's slightly inconsistencies, especially when it comes to the rules. Do check out a video, by the way, that we have on the WTA rules and just how ambiguous, confusing, and perhaps inconsistent they are, and how costly it might well be for one player or more when it comes to these matches that are coming up tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, Świątek versus Anisimova stats. Well, 2 hours and 36 minutes was this encounter. 2 hours and 36 minutes of pulsating tennis, let me remind you. But anyway, let's have a quick look at some of these featured stats here. 3 aces for Iga, 2 for Anisimova. But the double count fault, which I don't think is accurate. I think Iga might have hit another one than this one, not just 2. I think there might have been a third one. 2 of them came at huge moments for Iga. And ultimately, at least 1 break of serve occurred. By the way, Anisimova, this is also not accurate because Anisimova broke the serve twice in this match. But it was going to be a case of missed opportunities if she had lost, because she had so many break point opportunities that had come and gone for her before she finally got her first break at the end of that second set. She broke at 4-5, didn't she? She wins that second set and she carries that momentum into the third. Other stats here, which who knows if they're accurate or not. Second serve points won for Iga Świątek, just 42%. That is obviously disappointing on the second serve. Perhaps she needs to be a bit more aggressive, and even if that means hitting a few more double faults, so be it. Yeah. All right. Well, either way, Amanda Anisimova is into the semi-finals and Iga Świątek is out. Many thanks for joining me, and you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.